The cover of Prince Harry's new memoir has a simple design, a close-up of his familiar face looking calm and resolute behind a ginger beard. His name is at the top of the frame and the title Spare is at the bottom. What the cover doesn't include is the name of the book's ghostwriter, J.R. Moerhinger, perhaps the most exalted practitioner of a little understood craft. Moerhinger aims ultimately to disappear. There were rumours the Sussexes fired ghostwriter J.R. Moerhinger mid-writing of Spare. It was said mid-writing Harry and Meghan ghostwriter refused to write some parts of it, and they had to hire another ghostwriter. There were also rumours wanted certain things written and adding things in. Someone said the author actually quit. He stated that he couldn't cope with Meghan overseeing and complaining about everything written and insisting on changes. Others claimed that Meghan took this book over. There's no way this award-winning author wrote that Harry and William rode across the Lesotho countryside with their capes blowing in the wind. That is straight finding freedom wording. According to reports, Meghan was left none too pleased with the final edit for the book. Apparently Meghan believed that there were some additional changes that should have been made before the book was finalised. It's also been reported that the book takes some digs at King Charles and Camilla Parker Bowles, but saves all the worst for Prince William. Royal expert Kinsey Schofield claimed, "While I agree they feel like telling their side of the story was important, I've heard that Meghan wasn't thrilled with the final edit." The Duke of Sussex's autobiography Spare was set to launch on January the 10th, but was already put out in Spain before copies were hastily pulled from the shelves. But it hasn't stopped some of the book's more shocking bombshells coming to light. Media coach and PR to the stars Mayah Riaz said the prince would be most frustrated that the launch of his book was no longer under his control. The PR strategy around the book launch would have been carefully planned, Riaz said. Everything from the interviews he'll give to the extracts, if any, that would be released pre-launch. The latter of which would be scrapped because it's now already out there. This was clearly an accidental leak, which would make Harry quite furious with it being out of his control, she added. The reason he'd be furious is that the book is expected to be more incendiary than the Netflix series. Harry would have been expecting the world to be talking about this after the release date. He has 2 big interviews coming up this weekend, which was ahead of the launch date, as is usual ahead of a big reveal. Now, when the world watches those interviews, the information is already out there. The interviews won't have as big of an impact as expected. Despite previous denials, Prince Harry is copping to cocaine use as a teenager in his bombshell Spare memoir. The Duke of Sussex recalled British tabloids portraying King Charles III as a harried single dad, coping with a drug-addled child when Harry was 17, noting that he was of course doing cocaine around this time. Harry was first offered the drug at someone's country house during a shooting weekend, he writes. "I'd been offered a line and I'd done a few more since," Harry explains. "It wasn't much fun and it didn't make me particularly happy, as it seemed to make everyone else around me. But it did make me feel different and that was the main goal," adds the royal, who was later accused of additional cocaine use in 2012 after a Las Vegas party.